I'm doing it for my daughter.
Man, it's not looking for good for
Brazilian
on Twitter.
No?
No, man.
What's going to happen? People just stop caring?
I don't know. I think people have had it with Israel. Just that's the vibe I get. I'm not taking sides here. It's none of my business, but
Really?
it's not looking good for him, man.
Is it the U.S. troops not going to war?
I think it's I mean, what people are saying is that they're, genociding Palestinians and that it's like an unfair kind of one-sided fight.
Yep.
And
Of course it is.
I think people are. I mean, both sides are. They lie and do I saw a video of Palestinians putting a doll, trying to make it look like a doll was a dead kid.
Oh yeah.
But it was like a doll.
Yeah.
That type.
Brazilian.
Do the same thing. They're both just liars, but I think the
Brazilian.
more like sophisticated with it, so it appears more. I think that gets on people's nerves more.
Yeah.
And it's just not. It's not looking good, man. People like the general vibe has shifted, not in their favor.
Lex Wexner, the CEO of Victoria's Secret, they got caught all those children, pulled his money out of Harvard today, and it was on the cover of Business Insider.
Oh yeah.
He said that the Harvard didn't react harshly enough towards the Palestinians or for Hamas.
Right. Well, there was people at Harvard took the Palestinian side. I think I forgot exactly what they said, but it was students. I think.
Isn't Harvard arguably the papal front for institutional education?
Well, the thing is, there's sort of the golem that the Jews have created with this like woke PC culture stuff is young people taking the side of the Palestinian, not in quotes, the Palestinian like oppressed victims or whatever. So young people that they've encouraged to be activists in every facet of their lives, these same young people now are taking the Palestinian side because they're, brown and they're the underdogs. You see any good Israel Palestine content, Chris?
Nah, just that recent one with Ethan and Ossont.
Oh yeah, Ethan. Did they have an argument?
Something like that, I think.
What are they saying? Is Ossont looking at lean beef patty? Scroll down a little bit. Is that real? Oh, he wants lean beef patty. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's that chick?
Good taste.
Palestinian militants that are comprised of Hamas and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine.
This guy's pretty cute.
And the Democratic Front for the Liberation
I could use
of
his
Palestine,
credit cards.
including
Buy myself
other
some
groups,
lingerie.
facilitated one of the most successful
You don't think I
strikes
could,
that
but I could.
that Israel has ever withstood in the past 50 years. As a matter of fact, on the same day, to the day of the former Yom Kippur attacks, which is insane. It's unimaginable. It's unheard of. It is not something that Hamas has ever been able to pull off ever. And there were, of course, a tremendous number of victims, civilians, on the Israeli side. And on top of that, they took hostages. I'm going to get into that in a brief moment. Good short video on the current conflict, including maps, etc. That's really interesting because I've been talking to our boy Cappy. As a matter of fact, I've been DMing him and talking to him about, like, at the very least, the military aspect of this, because from a military prowess perspective, when you just completely remove the situation from the human toll, which is, of course, going to be one of the major things that we're going to be talking about today. This is an unimaginable moment. This has never happened before. Like, this is not something that usually happens, and I'm going to try to make sense of how it happened. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about why it happened. People
it's more, this is an informational video, but
it's an informational video?
Yeah, as opposed to like people arguing or entertainment.
I think it's pretty entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
Say it's unprecedented, and that part is actually true. It's a very unique historical.
He's talking about the NFL, right?
For many different reasons. I think
he's talking about
plays a big role in it. It
Fallon
is
Fox.
A massive failure.
Jimmy Fallon going to Fox?
Settler colonial
the MMA fighter.
Israel,
oh, okay.
The fact that they have a gigantic military apparatus, a gigantic.
I thought he was talking about Peter
apparatus, and they completely missed it. And what I'm hearing, at least from internal sources, is that the reason why they may have missed this, or at least kept the southern border, the southern border was so penetrable, and part of that reason I am hearing, and I don't know if this is correct or not, but internal messages show that the fuck-up actually came from moving some of IDF's resources away from the southern wall and the southern area and into the West Bank, to protect the ultra-nationalist sickos in the West Bank that have been partitioning off areas and engaging in an unjustifiable act of settler terrorism. So that was keeping a lot of the IDF's resources. So it seems like the border control was not as severe as it normally should be. Maybe they were over-reliant on their technology. These are really interesting components of the situation beyond the human toll. I have spoken on this already. I've spoken about this on Twitter, obviously. I know that there was some people who were
Well, I don't envy Hasan his current task to take the leftist thing and merge that with the Jew thing, which is what he's going to have to do, or be totally shut down and destroyed by either his fan base or by the people who allow him to be on their platform. Oh well.
Yeah, and they don't like the. I mean, all the propaganda that says that there's an Israeli army 15 to 70 times the front of the Palestinian regime.
Yeah,
like people, we're getting baited into world war. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to come to the backs of the Palestinians? Like, real talk. Who's their big dog in the corner?
Iran. I mean, I think part of it is that the certain factions in the U.S. leadership want war with Iran, so they would love to use this as a rationale to get into war with Iran. I don't know or care how much Iran is supplying material aid to the Palestinians. I don't think it's. I mean, it's definitely not relevant to me in my world, in my life.
No, it has nothing to do.
But
there's bar fights all over this world.
I think it's just not looking good, man. And I think that
Brazilian
pulling their money from universities, that's like, I'm not sure how big of a threat that is.
It's probably the same amount of a threat as like someone coming out publicly and be like, I don't do this anymore, and they're like, go fucking, who cares?
Right. Okay.
I like this fake guy's
51 million for one of them.
There we go.
The Florida mansion was part of the 110 deal, so 51 million. Okay. So in today's money, 75 million.
So then cut to place. When was this 21?
So a $75 million essentially gift. Yeah, this is 2021. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 years later, the guy's like this, I'm pulling my money out of Harvard. Boy, you got nothing. No nothing.
Oh no, actually this is an older, the original listing price was 88 million, and this is an older article. This is the age matters because from 2020 to 2023, the housing prices have doubled.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, especially hot shit.
So it's an 90 million dollar, $100 million deal here that we're talking about here for free, giving it away to the from the CEO of Victoria's Secret to Jeffrey Epstein, a free gift.
You know how billionaire pals act.
Yeah, they always give each other $100 million gifts.
Yeah, here's
the way that works.
Here's 10% of arguably a fortune. So
of $1 billion. Here's 10% of $1 billion.
You know what's really funny? Actually, yeah, it'd be it's an irrelevant number, but it would be the number that Victoria's Secret does annually. Mm-hmm. You know, if they do, 700 million in sales.
Right.
It's like, here, I'm going to give you 15% of the bottom line.
1 year of the company. Here you are,
my friend, my friend.
Yeah.
That's how everybody said to Jeffrey.
A gift from my friend,
my pal, my buddy, my comrade, my friend, Jeffrey Epstein. Mm-hmm. Come here, Jeffrey. I bought you a house. What a guy Jeff Epstein was. Yeah. Even if he was just procuring sex,
likable.
Must have been a really good front of the house kind of guy.
Sure. Yeah.
How many tonight, guys?
He's a connector.
Yeah,
that's what that type of person is called, but in a bad, evil way.
Yeah, he was connecting old to young. That wasn't good. Just the fact that these guys are running around willy nilly and not being like alive, and I'm supposed to worry about 3,000 mile foreign conflict in the Middle East. Right. Like we're supposed to, and you know what's the really annoying part is like why celebrities and celebrities mostly or left wing outlets assume that everybody gives a shit.
Mm-hmm. What's Amy Schumer doing? Is she doing some?
She's eating. She's
I've never given money.
Damn.
What has Amy Schumer said? This is not going away.
What is not?
This Israel-Palestine thing. It's really setting the
Brazilian
against the leftists that they've sort of created.
Isn't that good?
I mean, it's
as a. You don't think they'll contain it?
I think it's. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not going away, man.
What you think? Like you leftists are going to be going at pro-Jews?
Yeah, because the Palestinian side is the brown underdog oppressed side that the leftists are sort of gravitating towards, and they're now like
They're Frankenstein's beating them back.
yeah, the golem is fighting back now.
You're right.
Yeah.
So like
And there's, frankly, the left is saying and doing things that are downright anti-Semitic.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I don't. I've been asleep the whole time on this thing. I'm just like, it's boring.
I
mean,
avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
But what did it say? Hold on. Did something I posted about my people being massacred upset you?
My people being massacred?
Yeah, the my people thing is fucking unbelievable. They
Brazilian.
just wake up and stop talking like that.
No, they're not gonna. It's not gonna happen.
I know. What is it? What is it about? Like I don't understand it. Like I would never. Like I'm a Catholic boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a religion. It's not a religious
I'm a Canadian boy.
It's an ethnic. It's an ethnic thing. They have the highest. Good God, that is right. That is
hot.
a chilling. That is a frightening visage.
I wish I saw her in real life. I try to fuck her and I call my wife first. I'm like, hey, Jess, is it cool if I try to fuck Amy Schumer? She'd be like, yeah, go ahead, have it.
They have the highest in-group loyalty, and they have a high enough IQ to disguise that that in-group loyalty quite well. I think the Jewish people should be careful because there is a critical like there is a point where I think people are perfectly willing to support Jewish war if the costs are hidden from them. I mean, it's impossible to know what the fuck is happening over there. It's all
It could be fake movie sets.
It's all I'm sure not to diminish the human cost. I'm sure it's a totally horrifying shit show. And I think Palestinians probably are essentially in an open air prison. So they are doing that. But I'm sure there've been Israelis killed, as well, and it's anybody who thinks that violence is fun or that this type of thing can end that war will end in a funny or good way is totally cracked. Well, people use that intellectualism stuff to disguise sadism. I think a lot of it is like people just want to see. People are probably so. Well, there's like an ugliness, even with especially with these ivory tower like intellectual people or people with like large Twitter followings. A lot of them want to see bloodshed because it's, I don't know, because I think it just satisfies that sadism or whatever.
I think they're just copying whatever the momentous is saying, which is, this is unspeakable, because they're all using the same verbiage. Never have I seen this before.
Well, that's how you know the message is like controlled.
Yeah,
because if you see 5 different people saying "Never have I seen this before,"
I've never.
That's like if like Jet walked in, if all my crew was like, this edit you did is magnanimous.
Yeah.
And I was like, Nick, this edit you did is magnanimous. You'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
Never have I seen this before.
Yeah.
Never have I seen this before.
Yeah.
It's just like,